I wrote a book, and it's called Love is Life. And let me tell you why I wrote it. Because I kept thinking, how can I simplify things so people make life so complex and simple? So I came up with love is life. Living on valued energy is surely love in full effect. So that took the love and the life and it just brought it all together. It made a lot of sense. And it's something that, because I've been asking myself, love, love, love. Okay, living on value. We know that that all you are is energy. You're energy, right? And if you look at quantum physics, it studies the nature of matter and energy and behavior based on the subatomic and atomic reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
That got me thinking that, on the quantum level, there's no good or bad, up or down, right or left. It is what it is. And when I begin to think about being human, I go, wait a minute, why am I saying a flood is bad, a drought? That flood is bad, a drought is bad, because water seeks its own level, doesn't get into that. So I revolve more on the quantum level, to where I'm like, I want to be like the trees. I want to be like the wind. A flower grows, the winds blow, stars shine, sun gives us life, stars give us light. Be like those things, okay? And get away from judging. For me, love is fun. It's forgiving, it's unconditional, and it's not judgmental. That's how I live my life. I'm not judgmental. I don't put a condition on love. And if somebody messes up, I'll forgive them. In terms of if they think they mess up, or if I think, something happened and they whatever. So I try to cover all the bases, and I try to keep things simple, and it just makes a lot of sense. It just makes a lot of sense, because you understand that we're all one with nature, that we're all, every physical body going through space makes the word and at 1,000 miles an hour. What's the first word that a baby says? So
right.
Even babies are recapitulating, or they are signing into the sounds of the universe, which is to honor their existence. And babies don't know that. That's instinctual, because that's a gift that the universe, when they made that big sound through the Big Bang, gave us to remember, hey, it's all about Om. And if you go Om, you feel so peaceful. I tell people when they're feeling upset or bothered, just go Om, and you're resonating with the sound of the universe. You can't go wrong. You can only go right. You can't go left. You can only go right, Yeah. So to understand the fundamental basis, to me, of existence is, like I said, I've just brought it down to quantum physics, and by no means I'm an astrophysicist. By no means I'm a great mathematician, but I do know the sound of truth when it rings. I do know the sound of truth when it rings. So
no, that's good. And I want to bring up your book again. Love is Life. It's available on Amazon. Go check it out and go buy it.
Right.
What you just said is so true about quantum physics. And what I love about math and physics, it's really black and white. It's not emotional feelings, and not that it's bad to have emotions and feelings. But what you said is really important, because our perception of things, our judgment of things, not only of others, but of ourselves and our journey, is really can be very, very flawed and have very damaging outcomes to what you want. So the idea of looking things almost like a quantum level, where it is what it is. It's black and white.
Exactly.
On that level, I think it's very, very important.
I love when Leo say, "Daddy, it is what it is." I go, "Okay," because I'm a war baby. I have a child who was a boomer. Then I have children who are millennials, and I have a child who is the Z. And if God blesses me again, there'll be a baby, whatever the next generation is going to be. But the point of it is that, I see this thread going through all this beauty, and I'm just glad to be part of actually 5 generations. And I keep people have known me in the 60s, because I was a hippie in the 60s. They said, "Man, you haven't changed." I go, "What?" I go, "Why change?"
Yeah.
When you know you're on the right path, whatever that path is, why are you going to change?
Right.
And I love, help people, share with people. I love to preach the gospel of love, living on value energy. Anything that I do, I tell people, anything I do with love. If you look like I'm angry, upset, I'm doing it with love. Everything I do with love. And I tell people, do everything you do with love. Living on value energy. Do not practice hate. Hate is habitual anger, trapping everyone. It's habitual, it's angry, and it traps everyone. So I go, you have a choice. You can live on value energy, or you can have habitual anger trapping everyone. Which one do you want to go? Obviously, you want to live on value energy. So what is that value energy? The value energy is you put value to your energy, okay? You put value on what you do, okay? You do self-care, you take care of yourself, you have self-love, then you give your self-love to other people, okay? It's a journey that's worth it, And like I said, I've been journeying for 75 years and 5 months, and I hope to continue on to another 25, 30, or 40 years. But whatever time I do have or get left, I live every day to the fullest with great intention and great action. Because, there's an old saying as a Catholic, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So I go like, okay, but I'm going to have good actions too. I'm going to have great actions, okay?
Well, clearly the path you're on, Dr. Chill, is working because you're full of energy, you're positive. You've had some really big losses with your son and some setbacks, but yet your attitude and your energy, you're really living the values energy. I think it was what you said is your only frequency. And it's really a good example of how people can think about life. I've always said that, when you think about the challenges and struggles that people go through, it's really how the brain and how the person's interpreting that event. Who says it means that when your son, passed away from cancer, and I'm so sorry to hear that, it's the end, because it's the beginning. It's how you perceive that event and the ripple effect of your son's life in so many other lives on the planet Earth that are still living as we understand life today. Mm-hmm. I mean, your son touched so many lives, and today you still wear his picture and you're able to bring his message to hundreds of thousands of people.
Right. His thing was, as he was dying, he was going like, why aren't you smiling? I mean, it's one thing to have the dignity of life, but it's a whole other thing when you have the dignity of death. I mean, he wore the dignity of death so beautifully. I'm saying, wow,
And how old was he, Dr. Chill?
He was 26.
Wow.
26. And man, I had a brother who also passed on the same time. A month later, he found out he had liver cancer, and they told him he had 6 months. So he didn't get 6 months, he had 4 months. But the last 4 months of his life, he devoted to putting out his last album 2 weeks before he died. How do you face dignity with death? How do you face death completing a project that you're never going to see, that you're never going to hear again? That is so beautiful. That is so courageous. That is so understanding. It's like, wow, I'm like, and like I said, I lost both of them within a month, and then I lost my mother like 3 months later. So I got hit with 3 deaths in 2012, back to back. I was driving to San Francisco every other week to see my brother, and come back down here and be with my sons. And every other week I go up to see my brother. And it was amazing, but it just taught me, the beauty of life, and also the beauty of death. I have 3 angels. I was closest to my brother as siblings. I was my mother's favorite child. I was my father's favorite child. And Miyake was my male twin of all my children. So it's like, I have guardian angels whose shoulders and assets that I'm standing on, and it makes me every day. I'm doing all these projects, putting out songs and messages, and people say, why now? I go, well, I'm 75 now. I've raised all my children. I have a daughter who's now in the Navy. She's 20. I go, it's time to get my messages out to the world, because as a pediatrician, I have to see one patient at a time. But as an artist, as a poet, as a philosopher, I can talk to literally hundreds of thousands and millions of people. And that's what I want to do, because I have a message that the universe has asked me to convey. And I just want to do that. To me, the message is not important. What's important is the message. And so all those singers and people who are out there doing things in life, I just want to remind you, make it about the message. Don't make it about you. Make it about the message. Make it about the message of helping other people through your Dharma, about making sure that they have a good life, a great life, you know? A life is good or it's not better than yours, you know, as opposed to, oh, I'm going to be selfish and I'm going to get all this, I'm going to get all that, because in the end, you don't take anything with you, because in the beginning you had nothing. So the life is all about putting no great value on anything that's material, because it does not and will not last.